Right. So Harvard had a little incident, an explosion. On the fourth floor of something called the Goldenson Building. It's news, I guess. The kind of news that fills the void when nothing particularly horrifying is happening elsewhere, which, honestly, isn't often enough these days. But still, it demands attention. A building at Harvard? People will click. That's really all it boils down to. The initial reports are saying it appeared intentional, which, in 2024 parlance, means absolutely nothing concrete, but everything potentially dramatic. It's the media equivalent of a shrug followed by a raised eyebrow and an ominous musical sting. The thing about intentional is how quickly it becomes code for whatever sells papers or gets views. A disgruntled student, foreign espionage, someone who really hated organic chemistry. The possibilities are endless, mostly because they haven't actually said anything yet. They will, eventually. A press conference is scheduled. Expect vague statements about ongoing investigations, and a lot of carefully worded assurances that everyone is doing their job. It isn't malice, not usually, just the relentless pursuit of ratings dressed up as public service. It's how things work. Let's talk about the Goldenson Building for a second, because honestly, I had to Google it too. Apparently, it houses various medical departments and research labs, which is specific. Blowing something up in a Chuck E. Cheese feels different, right? Less targeted, more generally chaotic. This has a focus. It implies someone knew what they were doing, or at least thought they did. Context matters, even if only to highlight how weirdly specialized even bad intentions are becoming. You don't just randomly blow up a genetics lab, usually. And of course, it happened at 3 a.m. 3 freaking a.m. Why is it always 3 a.m.? It's like the universe has a designated time slot for questionable life choices. Circadian rhythms, maybe? The lowest point in your sleep cycle coinciding with peak opportunity for dumb shit? Whatever it is, it's statistically significant. People are at their most vulnerable, least supervised, and probably regretting all their decisions at 3 a.m. It's a prime time for impulsive acts fueled by bad pizza and existential dread. The important bit, the one they always bury slightly in these early reports, no injuries, which is good, obviously. A crucial detail that gets glossed over because no injuries doesn't sell nearly as well as potential terrorist attack. It could have been much worse. Someone could have been hurt or killed. Luck, or the lack of it, plays an outsized role in everything, and that's worth acknowledging before we start inventing elaborate conspiracy theories. Then there are the suspects. 2 Massachusetts men captured on security footage fleeing the scene. Security footage, the modern-day wanted poster, but with more pixels. It's incredibly easy to divorce images from context these days. A grainy clip of 2 people running doesn't equal guilt. People fleeing is not a conviction, but it is enough to start building narratives, to prejudge. Massachusetts men, okay? What does that even mean? Are we supposed to infer something about their character based on their geographical location? It's statistically meaningless, but journalistically convenient. Local man arrested in Harvard explosion. Sounds more relatable than 2 individuals with currently unknown backgrounds. It's a framing device, nothing more. And the descriptions are so bland. No names yet, no motives, just 2 guys. The emptiness of information is genuinely impressive. It's a vacuum waiting to be filled with speculation, and people will fill it, guaranteed. They always do. It's comforting, I suppose, to believe you understand something when you really don't. But mostly it's just wrong assumptions running wild. Let's unpack intentional, again, because it genuinely feels important. Accidental fires happen. Faulty wiring, forgotten cigarettes, lab equipment malfunctioning. Deliberate ones are a choice, a conscious decision to do something that will likely have consequences. But the space between is vast and messy. Negligence, stupidity, someone messing around who didn't realize how quickly things could escalate, it's rarely clean-cut. The FBI getting involved this early feels heavy-handed, honestly. Why escalate to federal intervention so quickly? National security theater? Jurisdictional squabbles between local and federal authorities. Or maybe it genuinely is something bigger. But I'm betting on the first 2. It's a show of force more than anything. A way to signal that they're taking this seriously, even if there's no actual serious threat. Intentional is the media's favorite early label because it implies a story, even when there isn't one. Ambiguity is bad for business. You need conflict, motive, a clear villain and hero, or at least someone vaguely resembling one. A building blowing up with no immediate explanation doesn't fit that mold. Intentional gives them something to work with, even if it's mostly conjecture. Harvard itself adds another layer of complication. It's not just a university, it's a symbol. Privilege, wealth, academic elitism. It carries baggage. Any incident on campus instantly becomes amplified because of its perceived importance. And, let's be real, the sheer amount of money involved. It's like blowing up a Fabergé egg instead of a regular one. The stakes feel higher, even if they aren't. There's also the possibility of protest-related motives. Harvard isn't exactly beloved by everyone. Student activism, disgruntled alumni, people who object to its endowment. There are plenty of potential agitators. I'm not endorsing anything, just saying it's a thing that could be a thing. It feels plausible in a low-energy sort of way. And inevitably, this will lead to increased security measures, more surveillance cameras, tighter access controls, stricter background checks. The institution's response to perceived threats is always the same: more control, which creates a chilling effect on everything. Less freedom, less openness, more paranoia. It's a predictable cycle. The internet, naturally, has already exploded with theories. Screenshots of Reddit threads and X posts would be illustrative here, but honestly, it's mostly just bad faith arguments and outright derangement. Everything from targeted assassination attempts to elaborate student pranks gone wrong. The speed is astonishing. Within hours, a relatively minor incident has been transformed into a global conspiracy. Social media amplifies outrage and reinforces existing biases. It's an echo chamber where nuance goes to die. You're more likely to encounter confirmation of your pre-existing beliefs than actual information. And trying to have a rational conversation online? Forget about it. It's a waste of time and emotional energy. But there is, I think, something deeper going on here. An inherent human need for explanation, even when one doesn't exist. We crave narratives. We want to understand the world around us, to impose order on chaos. And when faced with ambiguity, we're so quick to fill in the gaps with our own assumptions. It's comforting, but rarely accurate. So what happens next? Probably a quiet investigation, a few arrests maybe, a carefully worded statement from Harvard about increased security protocols, and then a return to normalcy. The world doesn't need constant drama. Most events like this resolve themselves in anticlimactic ways. It's profoundly uninteresting, and that's okay, or maybe deeply unsettling. The broader implications? Minimal. This explosion probably won't change anything about Harvard, academia, or the world at large. The classes will still be expensive, the research will still continue, and people will still complain about parking. It's a bleak but realistic assessment of our collective significance. We are all just very small things happening on a very big planet. And ultimately, it's just a building, and buildings blow up. People do stupid things. Life goes on. It is profoundly uninteresting, and that's okay. Or maybe deeply unsettling. Sigh.